emergency. Tempo has reached critical level.
What is going down? Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Southwest, the world.
Hey,
I got T.Todd in the building tonight.
all right.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm awesome, bro. I'm awesome. Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it. So tonight, guys, we are talking everything music with T.Todd. We're talking about music, brands. We're going to be talking about producing. We're going to be talking about literally the whole 9 yards. So let's talk about your origin. Where'd you come from, bro? Where are you from? How did you start doing music? Who is T.Todd?
I came from the Lake of Minnetonka. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing, man. T-Todd, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, man. I was raised in Arkansas for about 10 years. Came back to Detroit. That's really my origin story from being raised. Me, I'm a motivator, bro. I always try to encourage people to do their best. If there's something in life you want, go for it, and don't let other people's limitations stop you from gaining your success, or don't let other people's opinions become your reality, man.
Nice. Nice. So what part of Detroit did you grow up in, bro?
West Side.
The West Side. Nice.
West Side. Yeah.
Nice.
I stayed on the East a few times, mostly in the 7 Mile area, whether it was East or West. But yeah, West Side, West 7 Mile.
Nice. So let's talk about your parents. Let's talk about mom and dad. How do they take you as an artist? How do they take you as an entrepreneur? How do they see you?
Whoa. And that's a tough discussion, honestly, man, because, it's hard getting support from your family and friends when trying to take that path that's, only 1 in a million can obtain. So it took a long time for my mom to get on board. I actually had a time in my life when my mom actually stopped doing music because she didn't want my little brothers to kind of follow in my footsteps. But that didn't work. Joke's on you, Mom, because they dance and they sing too. So, no, but my dad, he always been a supporter. How fathers are. It's like tough love. So he have his own way of showing his support. But for the most part, they support. They do love me, and anytime I need anything, I can still call them to this day. So
nice.
I love my mom.
That's always good to have family behind you, especially mom and dad, because. Honestly, that's the strongest family you can have behind you. I don't care. You don't need your siblings. As long as mom and dad got your back, it's you against the world, bro. Swear to God.
Absolutely.
So how did the music start? Did you start as an artist? Did you start as a producer? How did you start music, bro? How did music become a part of your life?
Probably like a lot of people's origin when it comes to the music in the lunchroom, 6th grade, freestyles in the lunchroom,
Mm-hmm.
on the table. That's really where it started. We was like the TMD boys back then, Taylor, Marquise, and Deshaun. And we didn't evolve from there. I was 11 years old when I first, wrote my first song for me and my homeboy. I wrote 2 verses, actually. And like I said, we was the TMD boys. So that's where we started, Coffee Middle School. Shout out to everybody that went to Coffee, But yeah. Started in the lunchroom, man.
Started in the lunchroom, 6th grade. So, you said you went to Coffee. So where did you go to for high school?
That's a trick question. What year?
He said what year?
I graduated from Robichaud Senior High in Dearborn Heights.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody that went to Robichaud as well. Shout out to Robichaud. But I also went to Henry Ford my freshman year, and in my sophomore year I went to King.
Okay.
So shout out to everybody that went to Henry Ford and King, especially everybody went to Henry Ford, because everybody went to Henry Ford. That's my neighborhood school at that time.
Ah, okay.
So everybody went to Coffee Middle School.
Went to Henry Ford. Nice.
But I've been to 13 different schools, bro, throughout my years. So.
Man. So that's I guess you could say it's a trick question.
Yeah.
That was a tongue twister. So with the music, like I said, it was just in the lunchroom. So when did the recording and all that start? When did actually taking your music and printing it onto a digital record? How did that start?
The first time I actually recorded, we used a SanDisk MP3 player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember, it was like a blue and white MP3
Yep.
player.
Mm-hmm.
This when MP3 players was the shit.
Yeah.
We actually had a sound recorder option on it. So me and my homeboy Big Max, that's when we were DCE or Detroit Royalty at the time. I'm sorry. Me and my boy Big Max, we did our whole first mixtape called The Beginning in front of a speaker and just press and play, and we rapped our whole songs too. So that's literally the first time I actually recorded. But a professional, like a real great sound, a good sounding recording came when I was 15. I linked up with some guys that went to school with me out in Robichaud, and he had a garage studio. And
Those are
yeah.
always fun. I
Yeah,
love garage
absolutely.
studios.
Absolutely.
I love garage studios.
It was a good sound. We didn't have professional equipment because I don't know if you remember me telling you, but we had the headphone set with the
yeah.
it was crazy.
Hey
but
man,
we got some good
you got
music out of that.
like I said, I tell every guest, same story. I don't ever want to hear anybody about because we got handed a broken mic and we had to fix it. I know somebody's watching this. I know he's watching this because he was the one that handed it to me.
That's crazy though. Yeah, I know how it is, man.
Yeah, he's the one that handed it to me, so I know how it is to work with what you got, man.
Yeah.
When you started, when did you start doing stuff kind of on your own? When did you start recording your own music? When did that happen?
It was
man?
a little later on. So when I first got my hands on actually recording myself, I used this program called InkTrack. I believed I was in an InkTrack studio, and then went from Mixcraft because that's what I was shown.
Mm-hmm.
And that I still didn't really understand the basis of cutting tracks, like recording different vocals on tracks. So I was like 2007, 2008 year. I was in King High School, my auntie's house apartment, and yeah, we was working it out there with Mixcraft and rapping songs all the way through. That's actually where I first started producing as well.
Nice. That's the next question is like, when did that start? So obviously it started right then and there as well.
Yeah, and it started with FL Studio, bro. I know people love FL Studio, and it's a great fucking software to use. But I don't use FL Studio no more myself.
I live by it. That's
yeah.
Mixcraft. Did you ever produce on Mixcraft? Did you produce on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I tried to, and it was so much more confusing for me. I don't know why, bro. The instrument tracks, and it almost felt weird. But like on FL Studio, you literally just send it to a mixer track, and it's so much. I felt like it was simpler on FL, but when I got on Mixcraft, and I could mix and master on Mixcraft, no fucking business, bro.
Right.
Hands behind my back, eyes closed. I can literally mix and master a song with my eyes closed. But producing a beat.
Yeah, see, it's probably easier for me to make and produce a beat than it is for me to mix and master. I'm like the opposite with
bro.
that shit.
I don't know what that's. I know I had talked about it the other day, but Audacity, we started out on Audacity too,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's where we had learned the hard way about cutting tracks and all that, and we were rapping stuff all the way through. I know Sombra did it too, so we were literally out of breath the whole trying to go through both hooks and do all three verses. I knew exactly what it was, bro. It was tough.
Yeah,
it was tough.
I miss the Audacity days though, man, because those are the glory days. Like when the journey is what makes everything worth it.
Yeah,
So.
That's when I wasn't trying to knock anybody that still uses it, because if you're an up and coming artist and you ain't got shit to your name, dude, do what you got to do, man. But if you're an artist that has already cut tracks in a higher end studio, or you cut tracks and then you're turning around and you're using that to make your tracks now, it's kind of like, why are you going backwards?
Right. And yeah, people need to know, like, every software, like, they have their role or like their predominant trait on what they're good at.
Exactly.
And there's other better, like Mixcraft, there's better free software you can use for sound recording than Audacity. It's just not. But yeah, I mean, it's worth having.
I've watched people mix and master on Audacity. Don't ask me how, bro, but they've done it. I don't. Must have took them a long ass time, because you remember you had to press preview before you press accept when you put a plugin on it.
Back then, I didn't know nothing about plugins or none of that shit. When I was using Audacity, I didn't know nothing about that. I was just going on a record. And it just
and that's what we were doing for the longest time too. But then, like I said, I told you earlier, I got into the behind the scenes shit and talking about the mixing and mastering with everybody, and the dope ass mixing engineers and mastering engineers, and that's where I got intrigued by it. And now it's like you sit in a car. I'm sure you probably do it too, because you're an engineer. You sit in a car and you listen to something on the radio, and like, I would have mixed this differently.
Yes.
Like a lot of Sada shit, I would mix differently.
A lot of Detroit artist shit.
Yeah, I would mix a lot. Like, but you sit in, I can sit in in the van and turn the radio on. I'll be like, oh, I had done that a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But but these are multi-million-dollar engineers that are doing this.
I've heard a song by Solange that she put out last year that was kind of really badly mixed, and I'm thinking like if she signed to Sony, why is her sound like this? You know, and I'm sure if you heard it, I have
Yeah.
to find the song. I'm sure if you heard it, and I've heard wonderful songs from Solange herself. You know, so,
Yeah, and then Sony.
Yeah, Sony,
and then
yeah,
Sony
right.
at that.
So
Sony
it's
is
like,
you guys should
who's
have
really working on this. shit?
exactly. No, yeah. So back to you, bro. So with the producing, man, how has that worked out for you, bro? Has that brought any opportunities for you as an artist, or, well, should I say this, as an artist or as a label? Because you obviously you run your own label too. So how has producing helped you, bro?
It quite a bit actually. When people know what you're capable of and people hear it, and when you got stuff that people want, you know, people tend to draw towards you. So it's been very helpful. As far as I'm still working on getting placements though, that's been my main struggle with producing, and even with my regular tracks, getting placements has been my biggest struggle with that. But yeah, it's been fun. I got steady clients that do come, and people that's under like what I would call a monthly subscription. So they pay me a certain amount, and I produce them a certain amount of beats every month.
Yes.
So that
I've tried
works
that.
well.
I've tried that with a couple a couple artists, and they're like, they look at me funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, dude, it's a consistent flow of content that you could have going. It's up to you, you know.
And I'm actually subscribed to a few other producers where I get free beats from them. But one thing I noticed is a pattern that all of the leases are kind of the same, and the rights you get for my people, I give them all the rights to it.
Same
The
here.
only thing you have to do is shout me out. You know
Same
what I'm
here.
saying? Just let them know who did it.
But
and-
make sure my producer credits are on BMI. Make
Right.
sure you get a Grammy. Make sure I get a fucking Grammy with you, bro.
you
That's
know,
what I say.
And that's it. You know, everything else you can, as many music videos, as many remakes and remixes, sell as many.
And nine
streams
times
as
out
you
of
like.
10, when you give rights like that to an artist, they'll invite you out for the music video. They'll
Yeah.
invite you out for
Yeah.
the session, the recording session, and all that. So, that I always tell them that, like, hey, if you need some more musical input on it, I would love to come to the session. I'm not going to take over the whole thing, but if you wanted my input on it, and I'm there, bro, I just want to be there to
Yeah,
hear
bro.
my shit.
Oh my God. I love, and set aside from the producing, I love just going to people's music videos, bro. Cause I be like, I'm sorry, I keep bumping the table. I got so much creative shit that I be wanting to do in my videos, and when I see the opportunity in other people's videos, I'm like, hey, you want me to do this? Like, hey, you need somebody to get jumped? I'll lay down there for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a team player, so-
Right, yeah. No, now that you say that, bro. You're actually doing videography too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just starting that too. I'm just getting my hands in that.
So
man.
how is that? Have you had any clientele for that, or is that something that you're doing
No,
solo?
I'm not even. Yeah, it's just me and my crew so far. It's just me and my
Gotcha.
crew. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what's the best roles for everybody else, because I'm trying to get to the point where I can have other people work the camera for me as well.
Right.
Now, I'm working the camera, I'm directing, I'm editing for everyone else. I need those roles fulfilled on my behalf as well within our crew. We do have Domingo Cortez.
Yeah,
Shout out to Domingo. He's done all the videos I have so far, opposed to the ones I've done. And I call them unofficial videos I've done myself, because I want different visuals for them. I want more to it. And
Okay.
I want something different.
So it's kind of like your
practice runs.
visual rough draft.
Yeah, it's like practice runs.
Yeah.
But I actually have a video I made in 2012 to a song called Trap City. I did to Tigers Beat Rack City.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on an old 2009, I think, iMac. I recorded the song, and listen, I didn't even have a mic back then, bro. I was, how the little dot that's on the top where the camera
You had to
is.
put it like right there.
Yeah, I just put a sock over it and turned the gain up and was
You were
setting up
going
at
hard.
the top and
Yeah,
yelling.
go
But
hard.
if you listen to it, you would never know. You would never know I didn't have a mic for that fucking song, because it's not that bad. But I did a video to that. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. T.Todd Trap City.
Nice. I'm
That's
gonna
my
have to look.
first
Yeah,
video.
I'm gonna have to look that up, because that now I'm gonna be intrigued to hear the song too. Now, because now that
Oh
you
yeah, I
said that,
went hard on that.
that's
shit.
what I'm saying.
It's
I'll-
called The Difference. The song is called The Difference, though. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of 2 Chainz. I'm thinking of 2 Chainz. I'm Different. That's the song I did. Trap City, I didn't do a video for. I did that with another friend of mine.
Gotcha.
But the 2 Chainz, I'm Different beat. That's the song I'm thinking of, and I did the video for.
And it's called The Difference?
Yeah, The
Gotcha.
Difference,
I'm going to
yeah.
have to look that up in a little bit.
Sorry about that.
No, you're
So-
good. You're good. You're good. So, man, that's dope, bro. So, we were talking earlier, and you had mentioned that you got your own clothing line too, bro.
Yes.
So, how did that vision come about? Because I have a couple of viewers. I have a couple people that are, they're trying to start their own me included, their own kind of clothing brand. And how does that go? How did that come about, bro? How has it worked for you? How is it working for you?
Well, it started off with merch. You know, I'm the best way for anybody that I would recommend if you're trying to start off in clothing design or fashion design at all is to go like to these websites like Zazzle and Teesprings and set up merch for your brand and for yourself. That way you have an idea of how to set up a design and where it's placed, how it's placed on different parts of clothing.
Okay.
What material is best, how it's washed, and things of that sort. And set aside from that, you really have to do your research and reach out to people. Figure out, what it is. You got to have a plan, too. Like, where do you want to go with this? My idea was always shoes. I always wanted to direct myself towards shoes. I wasn't really a guy tripping. Hoodies, hats, and shoes. That was my
Yes.
thing. T-shirts. I started off with T-shirts with a design. I still have my merchandise website up. But I'm not a big fan of T-shirt selling because everybody does it.
Yeah.
And people get overbearing with it to where they will sell you like a plain T-shirt for $25 or $30, $45 with no significance to it. But I'm sorry, I'm going off on a deep.
No,
end.
you're good. You're good. You're good.
But for the most part, yeah. If anybody want to get started, really just do your research. If it's a particular brand that you inspire to be like or that you like and favor, try to figure out what it is that brand do. And try to kind of imitate it. I wouldn't say too much, but add your own creativeness to it. And just make sure you try to keep your designs original, too.
Original,
But
yeah.
research is the main thing because it's information out here is as easy as Googling,
Yeah. YouTube and shit. Yeah, it's free, pretty much. Free information floating around.
I started with Zazzle, making Converse on Zazzle.
Okay, all right. So
and Pro Kids.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to rewatch this episode again so that way I can write these down. I'll write these down later. So wow, that's dope. So we got shoes. You made shoes. You got hats, hoodies. That's dope, bro. So let's talk about the team, man. Let's talk about the team.
Nice.
What's the name of your label?
10 Frame Turkey Gang.
10 Frame Turkey Gang.
Yeah.
All right.
10
So
Frame Turkey Gang.
where did the name come from? How did the name come about, bro?
All right, this is gonna surprise people because it's kind of unorthodox. Using rap isn't affiliated with bowling at all, but we started off with as friends at a bowling alley. We was having fun. Everybody, we was winning. It was competitive because we played for money.
Mm-hmm.
But it got to the 10th frame, and I was the first to get a turkey on the 10th frame. So I'm like, "Hey, 10th frame turkey gang!" So I'm yelling it, and my homeboy King Soldier come behind me, and he gets a turkey. So I'm like, "Hey, 10th frame turkey gang!" You know what I'm saying? And Meech come behind him, and he gets a turkey. So we 10th frame turkey gang.
Yeah.
I'm like, that got a ring to it. So it's I want to say 2017. You start putting in my tracks. It's 10th frame turkey gang.
Yeah.
And we got our LLC, got everything established, and started releasing our music, our publishing under the
Nice,
title.
nice. So you guys, you got
yeah.
your own publishing company and all that.
Yeah,
nice,
absolutely.
bro. Nice. You're
And
doing it the right way.
Before that, we were actually a collective called SME Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
What the idea behind SME was it's gonna be a parent company, and it's gonna have different like models with their company, photographers, videographers, rappers. We're all gonna come together and build this company. So say if you're a rapper with this company and you have a show, you already have 30 people in your entourage to show up and show you love and support for that show. And that was kind of idea, and using our services to kind of keep each other paid at the same time.
Gotcha.
But when it came time to go out and do the work, a lot of people started dying on, and it only ended off on about 3 of us. So we kind of just split off and did our own thing.
Right. Yeah. Ah, man, that sucks. But hey,
Yep.
it's still the dream, though, right? It's still the dream to be.
Yep.
Yeah. So oh shit. Oh no, it's going down. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Good Betsy. Oh my God.
It's going down.
I'm just playing. And I shout out to everybody that was in SME. If anybody happened to watch this, that was a part of SME. Beretta LOE, which is the League of Extraordinary. We got Nutcase Generals. Wild Cherry and her crew. I forget what their name was, that they was going by, some models and singers and stuff. But it was a good idea. It's just the execution was kind of lackluster.
Yeah. So all right. So let's talk about. Head back to you as an individual because I wanted to talk about this earlier and I kind of wanted to save it for the podcast. So where have you had any kind of performances? You've performed anywhere, any venues? Where have you performed?
Yeah. So I was actually with this booking company called Afton Live. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Afton, but what they do is you sign up with their company, you do a certain amount of ticket sales or draw a crowd, to say the least, and they book your shows for you. So I've done shows at Club Blue. I've done shows at the Bullfrog. I've done shows at, Royal Kubo. I don't even know if the Royal Kubo still exists anymore. I've done some community centers and things like that. That was actually my first performance. I was 16 years old. I did a promote the peace, stop the violence, promote the peace press conference.
Ah,
for the city.
okay, yeah. I remember
and
that.
That's
yeah.
actually on. Well, I think a piece of it is on YouTube.
Yeah,
don't know
I
if mine's
remember.
a
I remember
performance.
that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. So, the what was your favorite venue? What was your favorite place to perform?
That's hard to say, man. I think
Just it could have been
I-
for any
I
any
really-
particular reason. It could have been the vibe. It could have been the party
probably
afterwards.
the Bullfrog, man. Honestly.
Honestly, I've
Probably
heard
the
that a lot
Bullfrog.
of people said the Bullfrog was lit back in the day, bro.
Yeah, it really was. And this was 2012 all the way up to like 2015 we
Mhm.
was performing there. So, and we actually did the Soul Devils Motorcycle Club. Oh, no, that probably was my favorite, honestly, man.
You
Because
see?
I was underage at the time
You
getting
see
in
that-
the Motorcycle Club.
yeah,
man.
you
It
see,
was-
those
Shout
are-
out to Soul Devils, man. Shout out to Soul Devils.
You see, that's what I like. I like asking questions like that because you're like, no, it's this one. And you're like, wait a
Right.
second.
But
you
I
know?
had more performances at the Bullfrog, so it's hard to compete. you know?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. You see?
Yeah, yeah.
You
You
see
got
what
me.
I'm- you
You
see
got
what I'm
me on
saying?
that one. Don't ask me questions. like
Okay,
that.
all right. Now I got a good one for you. Which one was your least favorite? It could have been, like I said, the vibes, the promoter, the event. It's just
It was Royal Kubo, without a doubt. I don't even have to think about that shit. And it's because, so we got that gig through a mutual friend. Shout out to Blackwork ENT. And he asked if we want to come perform and, met up with another guy that was working at the time who was like the event coordinator, a.k.a. the DJ, a.k.a. the chef. So, so you see where this is going. A.k.a. an artist himself. But anyway, he asked me, hey, you got a birthday coming up. You want to do a performance here? Can you draw a crowd? Nah, yeah. So I think the expected lot was like, if you can get at least 15 people, I can pay you such and such. We're going to do 50 cent wings and all this and that shit. I wanted my 50 cent wings, and then nobody get no fucking 50 cent wings. That was the biggest disappointment of the night.
I was pissed.
Yeah, Universal, you an asshole. If you ever see this Universal, you still got some talking to do, buddy.
you
So,
got some
No, so-
explaining to do.
So, we set up this show. We get a 30-minute set, bro. So I'm telling him, okay, that's dope, man. Can we break it up into 3 10-minute sets instead of one 30-minute show? He's like, yeah, that's what we're going to do anyway. Not telling me that he's going to try to sneak his performance in between. So as we getting on stage, waiting during one of the performances, we see him come down. He's like, I'm going to open this song for y'all. And he come and do his song, and everybody there, because we got a whole crowd to see us. Everybody looking like, he was shy. Who is this? Like, no, we trying to hype him up, give him some love and whatnot. But long story short, we didn't get paid. We drew a nice crowd, and he tried to steal our thunder. And the connection, the guy that got me the show, Blockwork, he got kicked off the show. He was supposed to be DJing the show for us. When we got there that day, he's like, oh, yeah, man, have a good show, bro. And such. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, oh, nothing, man, I got some stuff to do. He didn't want to talk to me about it at that time because he was so mad. But I called him afterward, like, man, your bro is like, what the f-? He's like, yeah, man, I had to go because such and such and such and such. I'm like, damn, I wish you would have told me then. I would have known to expect some bullshit.
Right. Oh, man.
But, yeah, the show started at 10, 50 cent wings was done at 11. It's supposed to be all night. I'm going to keep talking about them wings, man.
He's like, man, he
We're
was
gonna bring
hurt.
them wings back to this conversation.
He was hurt about them wings,
But yeah,
bro.
Royal Kubo, it was the best set that I think we ever had because it was like the worst music quality that we had at the time. But we had the best crowd reaction. That was the most wonderful crowd reaction. My grandma came all the way from Texas to come to that show for my birthday.
Oh,
so that was
nice.
awesome.
Nice. Oh, that's even. I don't care what
I don't know
anybody
if she came for the show, but she was at the show. She came from Texas and she was
Hey,
at the show.
at
So I
least,
love you,
hey,
grandma.
she was still there. Hey, man, she was still there. So, well, how would you describe the music that you create, bro? How would you, as far as either or? So, as an artist or as a producer, how would you describe it?
I'm a motivational vibe. That's the best way you can put a motivational vibe. Depending on, so I like to, my music is targeted to people that's feeling a certain type of way sometimes.
Okay.
Like I made a song called This. It ain't easy. Everybody has the moments where they want to give up, and you always got people. If it was easy, everybody would do it, and that's pretty much what this song is saying. If it was that easy, everybody would do it, and I want to motivate people to go out and do that shit because we put limitations on ourselves because we expect things to be more difficult than what they are, and like it's really not. It's
Right.
research.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
motivational vibe, man. I make hype music. I make slow, songs. I kind of harmonize a little bit, and I just want people to be motivated by what they hear, whether they hear a trap type song or
Something.
up tempo, something.
Yeah. Exactly. No, that's
That's
So
the main
what
idea.
inspired you to do that kind of music though? Like what was the thing that said this is what I want to do?
It's not really people doing it, and the fact that I'm a great. I mean, all right. So let me not say that. The fact that I'm a good rapper. I was about to say I'm a great rapper. People are like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? All right. The fact that I believe myself to be a good rapper,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't take kindness to the rapping skill. Like when they see people that aren't so good at rapping that has this big status, they don't understand like what a rapper does or what it means to be a rapper.
rapper,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? Opposed to a recording artist. So my thing is, as a rapper, man, I wanted to be a little different. I didn't grow up gang banging. I didn't, grow up. I sold weed, at a point in time in my life, and I did a lot of dumb shit. I did some hot shit too, but that's not what my life was about.
Right.
My life was always about improvement. I came out the country. My dad got out of prison. So I kind of flow people toward the positive. We hear too much, crazy
Negative
shit.
shit, yeah, so.
But I want people to enjoy it. Like, sometimes, because I make club music too. I made a song called Slide. You trying to slide and beat
Yeah.
the pussy from the side.
Yeah.
Like motivation to get that booty call, nigga.
Hey,
Like,
there you
ahead,
go.
send
There we
that text,
go.
nigga.
There we go, man. I'm gonna have to keep you around in the studio, bro, because there's
Oh,
some
yeah.
times where I just feel like you get, and I'm sure you've had it where you would get up and you don't feel like doing shit. Like, you just like you almost feel like you're useless sometimes, bro.
Yes,
And then you
every
gotta
day.
push yourself. You know what I mean?
Every day.
Sometimes I really wish I had somebody like that in the studio, because a lot of the homeboys, they can't make it through, they can't come by, so it's really just me stuck here by myself, or with my wife talking to her, or I'm stuck in my own head, and it's kind of like you almost down yourself the whole time, because there's nobody there to kind of uplift you,
Right.
to put you in that mood,
The only way I can get out that feeling myself is the need to be different. Like, I want to be different so bad. Like, I know everybody's feeling like that, so I'm like, I got to get up and do something. Like, no matter how lazy I'm feeling, I got to do something, whether it's for 5 minutes and 10 minutes. And then I adopted this philosophy. If it can get done within 15 minutes, I'm going to do it right now. Now, a lot of times, shit don't get done within 15 minutes, but it's an initiative to do things. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
I live with overconfidence, too. I can mix this song in 15 minutes, or at least this verse,
Mm.
and get on there and be like, all right, so what the fuck was I doing last night? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just switching things all up, so, yeah. So.
No, yeah, I understand that. It's a struggle. It's an
Yeah.
inner struggle. I believe it.
Yeah, you gotta wanna. I mean, you're not gonna wanna do it. You gotta do it. And
Exactly.
That's the idea.
Exactly. So, how would you explain your creative process? How does that work? Whether it's producing or as a recording artist or as a rapper?
It's random, depending on the vibe, man. Honestly, it's a lot of factors, and I know it's crazy to say this, but depending on what I've done that day, depending on what I've eaten, or make me feel some type of way. So when I'm into my music, I have a different approach to it a lot of times.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll have an idea for a beat. Like I had a hook in my head. I've been trying to make a beat for it, but every time I get ready to make a beat for it, or I come up with a different melody, and it's always some trap type shit, but it's not a trap type song I'm coming up with. So it's my process is real random. Sometimes it may be something that I've said that I'm like, oh, that's catchy. Run for it, run for it, run.
Yep,
You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? I'm like, oh shit, that's some shit people will catch on to. So let me see how I can make that into something that people want to like. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So
So-
how can it motivate somebody to do some shit? you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Now that was a. No, when you
Yeah.
sent that to me earlier, that was a dope.
And sometimes too is if I need to send a clear message too. Like if it's something like it ain't easy, for an example again. Like so I need to let people know like you're not the only people feeling this way. Like say if it was easy, everybody would do
If
this
everybody
shit.
do
Get off your ass
shit.
and do it.
Yeah, just put the work in. Exactly. Exactly. So, what would be your favorite song to perform that you have performed, or you would want to perform?
Shit, man.
'Cause
I
you got a
performed lot of
couple- you got a
songs.
couple.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think Ready to Drink was real fun. Ready to Drink was real fun. I'm not gonna lie, I was on live stream last night on a couple different social media sites, and we did a live performance. Me and King Soldier, shout out to King Soldier. We did a live stream of Slide, man. We got so much love. Slide coming out August 14th, 2021. We got another week. Be looking out for that. My birthday August 13th too, by the way, if anybody watching.
Nice, nice.
But yeah, I don't know. I that was Slide, man, because I haven't performed with in a while, so doing that last night and people like loving it, some new shit. They're like, oh, people really
Gets you hyped to want to do it, yeah.
So,
yeah.
but probably you ain't never been in a trap, because most of my performances has been in the Detroit area. So a lot of people hear that sound and be like, I like that. Yeah, I did a song called "You Ain't Never Been in a Trap." It's a trap song talking about people that's fake trappers.
Ah, okay, okay, all right. He's taking shots. He's taking shots. That's what I'm talking about. So, I have a couple of these things on here that I have wrote down. Do you have any? I'm sorry. Any upcoming shows? Any upcoming events? Anything like that we can see you at?
No upcoming shows just yet, only because I'm planning something big. I can't talk about it just yet. But yeah, the squad is planning a big event. We trying to get some. I'm gonna say we trying to get some extra celebrities to come through, and really have a show, a concert type a deal, instead of like an open mic performance or type of deal. But no, at this moment, no shows planned. We have releases planned as far as music videos and albums and songs.
Nice,
and
nice.
Like that,
so when's the next album coming out?
Well, I don't have a album release date yet,
Okay.
but I am working on an album. I have my single. I was looking to push it out by my birthday, a EP, but I was kind of lagging behind, focusing more so on the producing side of things. So I didn't get as many recordings as I needed done, and get the people I needed on some of the songs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Gotcha.
But the next thing, like I said, is will be Slide, August 14th, and August 26th, I believe it is, will be I would say Don't Run. The track is called Run, produced by Legion Beats. After that, we have The Harvest, that will be the next album. That's for the entire label. 10 Frame Turkey Gang presents The Harvest, and that was set for November.
Okay.
But I have a whole nother artist that's kind of behind on things. I know I'm saying that. Maybe I just need to be a little more strict on getting these things done. But I'm not. I don't want to just be like, all right, if you ain't getting your shit done, you drop. We ain't fucking with you. So I'm trying to give people time, and I have so much of my own stuff I have to worry about that it's hard for me to
kind of balance the both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand completely.
And, so it's just a matter of when these guys send me recordings, I can get it mixed and mastered, in no time, and we can set some release dates.
So are you guys all based out of the Detroit area?
Yep.
Nice. And you guys all have your own recording studios, kind of your own setups to record, or do they come through you?
We have two separate studios. I have a home studio, and we have a separate studio out in what's that? Grosse Point? Would that be considered Jefferson? It's East Jefferson.
Yeah, we're there.
I
Yeah.
say it's Grosse Point. I never paid attention. No, it's not Hazel Park, is it?
No.
No, Hazel Park is farther north. Yeah, I think that's Grosse Point, but yeah, it's pretty dope. Yep, that's how we operating right now. Out of those two studios.
Nice. So who's are you predominantly the engineer? You
Yes,
do everything.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
nice.
sir.
So you're the mastermind behind everything.
Yeah, I wear most of the hats, man. If I had them all on right now, my head would be huge. But
man of many hats, huh?
But yeah, my boy Kyler Renz, he's another sound engineer. He's just now starting off as well. Learning under Wavy Wayne. He's a real big fan of Wavy Wayne, so we've been doing a lot of learning under him, mentorship under him. So
yeah, I love Wavy. Wavy's his when he talks he makes it sound so much like you guys are sitting right next to him. You know what I mean? Like you're almost like sitting there.
Relatable.
Yeah, it's relatable. Yeah. It's I love watching his content. He's
not boring, and he's not too dynamic and over the top with it.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, exactly. And then I love when he has the sessions, when he has like the session videos where he brings it. What is his wife or?
Yeah,
I think it's his wife that comes in and records.
Wife,
yeah, and And those I love watching. That's one of my big things when I go on YouTube is I watch the session videos or I watch the producing videos behind everything because everybody already they know they've seen their artists record behind a microphone. Everybody's
Right.
seen it, whether it's in a music video or it's behind the scenes, but they've never really showed an engineer twisting
the work.
knobs or
Mhm.
moving faders or patching shit. It's
Even still, if you don't, because I didn't have anybody to sit me down and say, okay, this knob, if you turn it up, it's going to distort the sound a little bit, but if you turn it down, it's going to crisp your high. Like, I didn't have nobody to actually show me. So my learning came from, as far as visual learning, hands-on. When I'm in the studio, I'm watching, I'm asking questions, but most of the times I ask questions, I get dull responses. So I'm asking like, hey, what this do over here? It's like, that's your EQs. Okay, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
okay, so I know what an EQ look like now, but what is it? What does that EQ do for me?
Yeah,
What is How's
exactly.
that going to help me?
and I explain this literally almost every episode that I've had, but that's why I tell a lot of the artists that come record with me, learn your vocabulary, man. Learn what the things do because you really think that Akon goes into the studio or T-Pain, for instance. He engineers most of his own music, so he knows what he's talking about when he goes to the studio. He knows what he tells his engineer a certain way what he wants it.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him. Like, you need to be able to explain that to me when you come in. Hey, I want it to have this kind of reverb. I want it to sound like this. I want it to
Right.
sound like that.
Yep. Yeah, I don't. I try to stay away from too much auto tune and reverb because everybody's doing it a lot. But like I said, I'm not a singer. And then you hear my voice. Like I have a pitchy voice. Like my voice is high, low. I'm all over the place with it. So I don't have a steady vocal tone. So
Yeah, no, I
kind of.
but practice makes perfect, bro, because we were the same way. I was the same way. My family were full of musicians, and it's funny because I wouldn't even say we're musicians and dancers. My mom's side, they all played guitar, they played drums,
Word.
but they couldn't move their feet to save their life, bro. But my dad's side, obviously coming from Mexico and having the salsa and the cumbias and all that, they learned how to dance, but he doesn't know how to play any kind of instrument to save his
Right.
life. So when I was born, I'm a decent dancer, and I play a few instruments, guitar a little bit of piano. So I know enough to get by, and
Yeah.
I kind of got the best of both worlds. So it was rough kind of growing up too because dad listened to Mexican music, mom was the rocker.
Word.
Journey and Chicago and all that. And then my older sister, she was 10 years older than me. So, she was already in high school by the time, we were almost in high school by the time I was, in diapers, coming up and getting out of diapers. And she listened to the R&B and the rap. That's where I listened to Eminem and I listened to, the DMX and Ice Cube, Dre.
So those are your main influences
Oh,
behind
man.
rap?
No, my main influences, I had a lot of them, dude. The Chili Peppers is a main influence because of the funk, the wah 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 wah. I love the Chili Peppers. They're my favorite band all time. Dr. Dre because of the production side, he's just a genius when it comes to music. There was Ice Cube. Everybody loves Cube. Cube was just my favorite rapper. Nobody was better than Cube. I don't care what anybody said. SPM was like he reminded me of Eminem. He reminded me of the Mexican Eminem because he could take one word and rap it with another, and they wouldn't even be relatable, bro, at all. Like and then obviously M was another one because that was my very first rap CD I had ever bought. I went to a yard sale, and my mom bought me a little Walkman, and she bought me Dr. Dre's 2001, and I heard where he was like, with a Walkman on, he was talking, and I was like, this is the shit, bro. Yeah, he's like, with a Walkman on, and I, Barry, what did he say? I choke him with his Carl Canai, jumping out of a fucking Dodge with a drunk as fuck right next to a humongous truck. Like it was like,
I don't remember this.
yeah, that I remember
that.
it was a
Guilty conscience days.
yeah, like that was as soon as I heard him, I was like, and then I didn't know who he was. I just knew his voice, and then when I knew he was a white boy, I was like, oh, if a white boy can make it in rap, then a Mexican can do it too.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know what I mean? And then obviously that's when I discovered SPM, and then Cube was another one. Cube was, I had listened to Cube throughout the whole radio thing. My sister was a Cube fan, Dr. Dre too. The whole NWA kind of thing was a big influence too. You know.
Right. So you actually
I'm
paid
like-
attention to people that was talking about stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
people that had a message
The
or
political
or
kind.
lyrical.
And I'm a very that's one thing I try to keep off of the podcast is because I'm a very political person when it
Right.
comes to politics, and I get very upset.
Right.
I get very upset. So you know yeah,
I'm very
I-
opinionated.
yeah, very opinionated. Exactly. So, I tend to like burn bridges or burn relationships with people because of a political view, and I try not to bring that into into the light because everybody's got their own opinions, they got their own beliefs. You know, there's some people who believe somebody deserves to be the president, somebody believes that somebody still is the president.
Right.
So you know,
Yeah, a lot of people, it's like the Biggie and Tupac debate. And yeah, it's preference.
now
man,
how do you feel about that? Who do you think was better?
I mean, well, so before I answer that question, I like more. All right, so both of them are lyrical guys, but I like people that play with words. I like the metaphors. I like the similes. I like the breaking down. I think Tupac had more of my kind of flow, the up tempo flow that I liked, opposed to Biggie. Now I'm not taking anything from Biggie, but I would have to roll with Pac. Because, yeah.
I mean, I understand. I was a Biggie fan though. I was a huge.
And you see, I understand why though.
I was a Biggie fan.
I'm not taking anything from him.
I was a Biggie
But
fan.
it's just in my so if I give you a list, so Eminem, of course, is a huge influence. I could probably recite the whole fucking Eminem show. There's a lot of people. I don't know if you ever heard of a guy named Benefit.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was like, people think Soulja Boy was like the first internet rapper. Benefit was the first internet rapper. He's a white boy. If anybody listening, go listen to Proceed with Caution by Benefit. That's the fucking rawest song I ever heard. Next to Infinite. Infinite was cold as fuck, man. And yeah, back in them days, man, I love the Nas's, the Busta Rhymes, people that it wasn't just with me, the lyrics too, because when it come to music, I have such a diversity. I hear things and I'm like, oh, that's creative as fuck. So I actually like Prince a lot too, believe it or not. Like Lakeside, I like the Gap Band. I like a lot of old school, like that funk sound. And I'm trying to figure out a way that I can recreate that in my beats without sampling and getting sued. But,
right, or having to clear samples for 20 G's or some shit like that. No, yeah,
it's not interesting to me right now. But as far as lyrical artists, man, right now, after 2009 coming up, Big Crit was like my favorite artist for a long time now. Like Big Crit, because he has been the biggest inspiration on why I want to do motivational rap. Because he's always stayed true to himself. He produced, he engineered.
He's the
he's
doing his thing. Yeah, he's doing his thing.
He just don't get that recognition, and people don't, because he barely fold toward other styles and trends of hip hop and music. But yeah, Big Crit is a big one for me. Like now I listen to a lot of Anderson .Paak, Masego, listen to a little Cicero.
I just
it's
mix it
a
up
lot,
because
yeah.
I from the people I chill with, the people I talk to, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say any of those names before, bro.
Yeah,
Have you seen?
believe it,
I
bro.
keep up with a lot
I
of
believe it.
I keep up with a lot of the artists. Like so, I'll mention somebody and they're like, "The fuck are you talking about?" You obviously you have to take them through their whole social media accounts and show them, and they end up gaining a new fan because the music's dope.
Well, see, people don't realize that's your music taste and what you listen to is kind of going to predict your career, because if you can't adjust and like collab. So if I'm a rapper, or I'm gonna say recording artist for the sake of this example, if I'm a recording artist and most of my shit is just trap hood music, then I'm going to be categorized in that trap hood genre. I'm going to be stuck in that box of trap hood music.
Right.
So by me being a motivational vibe, that's how I promote myself. I can take that and I can make a trap song that's motivational. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay,
I
yeah,
can
I
make
see.
a love song that's motivational. I can make a country song that's motivational. I can apply motivation to any genre of music. You know what I'm saying? Then I love instruments too. I have no idea how to read music. I have no idea how to play music, and you wouldn't know that listening to my beats, because I think they're pretty good. But
No, yeah, no. That's why I was asking earlier. Like, Because you know, I was listening to a lot of your beats that you were producing, and for somebody like you said, like you don't know how to read or write music.
Right.
I'm the same way, bro. Like, I know where middle C is. That's pretty much it. Once I know where middle C is, I can pretty much work my way around there.
Mhm.
But there's people that are like, hey man, you know, give me an F chord. I'm like, gotta count, and you know, you gotta. Oh wait, yeah, wait, yeah, you know. So I know exactly. You know, I've never read music. I never went to school for it. Like that's how did you learn music? How did you learn how to?
Trial and error and sound. Like I'm listening to this. I know a lot of people when they mix and master, they listen to a reference track. And like, oh, I want it to sound like this, and I did that for the longest. But I realized that I was over mixing my songs, trying to get it to sound like a whole different person's style.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that wasn't me. That's not how I sound. Well, all reverbed and you know, extra airy. Not every song at least. So I just kind of figured out what my sound was. And like when you're using familiar DAWs like GarageBand and Mixcraft, they virtually the same, just different. You know, what would you call it? CPUs,
Interface.
Yeah, interface. But yeah, they virtually the same. So anything you can do in one, you can kind of do in
On the other, yeah. Yeah, because that was pretty much like GarageBand was the Mixcraft for Mac.
Right.
That's kind of how they, like, you know,
then Logic
yeah,
is like the Pro Tools
of
Mixcraft,
yeah,
you know.
exactly. Like Windows was Pro Tools, Logic was Mac.
Mhm.
And that's kind of like how there was a like FL Studio for the longest time wasn't on Mac. It was just strictly Windows. Now they're doing it both. Like I was pissed because I want to say 2 years ago I got our tax refund, bro, and we, you know, got a bunch of kids, so we got a bunch of money. You know, we paid what we had to pay off, got the kids what they want. So I had a little bit extra cash from my taxes from working and all that. That I was like, you know, I'm gonna go spend a nice 2 racks on a computer, an i9 Mac. You know, I spent good half the amount. Brought it home and I went to go download FL. Couldn't even do it, bro. Couldn't even do it. They hadn't released it on Mac yet. It took them a year after that to release it. Just this past year, they just released it on Mac.
Yeah,
I was pissed, bro. I was mad when I had to take the computer back. But I ended up getting, you know, equipment, hardware, analog equipment. So I guess it worked out for me because, you know, I spent that 2 Gs on an EQ, a compressor, or 2 EQs, a compressor, another interface, lights, cameras. You know, I had invested that that computer money into the rest of the studio, and it worked out for me that way better.
We're looking to get a new, bigger space right now. So I'm kind of cautious about getting new equipment. The reason, hold on 1 second, I got the cord on. Oh shit. The only reason why I'm still kind of using GarageBand because it started off. Oh shit. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. So yeah, I was still using like GarageBand and Mixcraft, like this kind of sort of basic shit because I kept hearing people use the excuse like they don't have nothing or you can't do certain things with these. So I'm like really on I want to prove people wrong type shit. And then I got so comfortable with it, and it was just like, all right, so if I'm still getting great sound, why would I even? I'm still learning new shit from this. Let me just keep on using this for a minute. Like I still got, you know, Pro Tools and Logic stashed away. I don't know where my iLock is.
Oh man, I thought that was so stupid. I think that's the dumbest shit that you know, Pro Tools and Avid could have done ever. Like that was the most retarded shit ever. Like I can understand the idea of it, somebody not using your shit when, you know, you can take your iLock and nobody can use your shit when, you know, they can't steal your files. Understandable, yes. But why not give you like a cloud, like the cloud key, like Anataris Autotune, they give you a cloud key now for it.
Wait. Before we go any further, is that how you pronounce that shit?
Anataris.
Oh man, I've been saying Antares.
Anataris, you see Anataris. I never understood.
That sounds more right because
Anataris, yeah.
N and a T, so
Anataris, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you taught me something today.
You see? No, it's believe me, trial and error too. I went through years and years of Mixcraft and years of using I used 2 years of Nectar 3 and I still use Ozone 8. I want to upgrade to Ozone 9, but I kind of feel like it's the same shit. The only thing is like the mid-side EQing and the mid-side compression and all that.
Do they still have the free Ozone plugin in FL Studio? Because they used to have like a free synthesizer, Ozone synthesizer.
Yeah, I think it is. They have the S1 Imager too, or not S1 Imager, but it's like the S1 Imager from Waves, but it's Ozone's Imager too. That's free. Nectar Elements, I think, is free, but it only does like for like dialogue. So what we're doing like right now, podcasts, I think it only edits that, the free version.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I wouldn't never. I hate to say it because I would love to get a sponsorship by them, but I would never ever kind of refer anybody to Isotope or anything like that because it's so CPU intensive. Like
Yeah.
it takes up so much power on your CPU.
Well, it really depends. If people want to spend that buck getting that, powerful CPU, then or processor, and extra data. I mean, not data, but storage as well. Then by
Yeah.
all means, So
Yeah, that and that's another issue that a lot of artists have these nowadays is like the money to kind of invest in themselves. I can understand like like me and you, we came from nothing,
all right.
started off with nothing, and we grow from where we come from, and there's other people that are fortunate to have that financial stability, and they choose to spend it on something different. And then when you turn around and hey, my music, why does it sound like this? Well, you're only gonna get what you paid for, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. You're not blowing up. You're not gonna be, you're not gonna be taken seriously if you don't take your music seriously.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's what I tell everybody.
I had somebody on my Facebook was posting like, "Don't ask me to listen to your music if it ain't mixed and mastered." I'm like, damn, like, what if people can't afford to get it mixed and mastered? But in my mind too, I'm like, well, that's not really an excuse because you can kind of, it's like Fiverr. I don't know if anybody know about Fiverr, but that's like an ultimate source for anything. Anything you can find cheap work there. If you are an independent artist and you're looking for cheap, go to Fiverr. You can find cheap everything, cheap studio, cheap graphics,
I believe me.
promotion,
Yep.
all that
I've
shit.
seen it. Yep.
I would stay away from the promotion because a lot of that shit is fake. It'll give you fake views and it'll get your shit removed off distribution sites. And you'll get banned from shit like DistroKid and TuneCore. So I would be careful with them promotions. But, one thing, while we're on the subject, when you're looking for promotions, man, never buy into those promotions that's going to guarantee you views. So if you have a promoter that's telling you, "Oh, pay me $100 and I'll get you 10,000 views," run, get the fuck away from them because it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to be bots. It's not going to be real views. Nobody can guarantee you a certain amount of views, especially if they claim to be putting you on a playlist. Now, if you have somebody on the other hand that's saying, "I'm going to put your song on a playlist for a week," then it's possible you can take the risk and do it. It's still not guaranteed that those are real views, but it's worth the try still. It's more likely that it is real than people saying, "I'm going to get you a set amount of streams."
Right.
So just a little FYI for all the independent artists out there looking for promotion and paying for promotion.
Yes. I always wondered about those too because it looked sketchy as fuck. It always
Yeah,
looks so
it is.
sketchy.
And I can understand if they saying like if they have statistics to show like okay people are we putting people's song on here for 2 days and they're getting exactly 5,000 views, but I don't see how they can guarantee a certain amount of views
Exactly.
or streams. I'm saying views. Streams for anything like that, so I don't really trust it. And even I've seen people like selling like subscribers and stuff like that. I would stay away from that as well because you can kind of go in and look at some of the stuff that they're promoting and see that it's just not real. Your numbers will go up, but the quality of your followers is not there. So when people see you have 10,000 followers, but you only getting two views or 2 likes, then they know it's
Or
it's probably
or
not
2 comments or
good.
something like that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you gotta it's engagement. You gotta work on building engagement or building an actual fan base. Is whether you rather have 2 loyal fans, real loyal fans, than 100 fake bots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, that's completely. Now, what would be Cause we're gonna wrap it up here in a second.
Okay, I'm sorry about
no,
that.
no,
I've
no,
been
no. You're
rambling
good.
on.
You're good. You're good. No, we're good. Cause like I said, I started at 8, so I could go about another 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So, what would be as an engineer, as a producer, as a recording artist, as a rapper? What would be the best advice you can give to anybody coming up in the industry right now? The best advice you can give them off the top of your head.
Find out the best way to brand yourself. You have to brand yourself because if you're coming into this business as an artist and you only want to be an artist, then you have to find somebody that's going to help you brand yourself, because then you probably don't have any intention on building a brand. But that's the most important thing as an artist, recording artist, rapper, singer, songwriter, producer. You are a business. You are selling a service to someone, or a product to someone, um, that is going to provide you profit, income. So you are a business. You have to present yourself as a business, as a brand to people. And when people see that, you have a established following, or an established brand, or even begin to take yourself seriously, then other people are going to come in and take you seriously as well. So figure out right now. The first step is always, if you have your music, if you're trying to figure out what to do, figure out how to build your brand. That's the best way.
The best way to do it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, what would be a message you'd give to your fans today? Something that you can tell your loyal supporters that watch you, that listen to you every single. What would be something you tell them right now?
Get ready for what's coming. Shit, keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Y'all know the last album was Bet on Me. And that the point of that was to tell everybody that, if y'all need hope, I am that hope. My goal is to be, right now, the Detroit representative. I want to show people a new face of hip hop for Michigan, for Detroit. So keep your eyes open. Just keep watching, keep participating, interact. You know what I'm saying? Let me know that y'all there. Let me know who's there, who's consistent, because I love showing love and I love rewarding my people. So.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it, because that's and like you said, real fan base. Not none of the bots or anything like that. That's when I've asked several other artists like that, and they're like, sometimes I don't even know half the people that listen to me, and I'm like, well, that's where you're lacking, bro. That's where you're lacking, because that's where you can grow. You can grow from that. They can say, hey man, this song was dope on this album, but on that same album, I felt like this song could have been done differently, or take it as a constructive criticism, take it as a positive growth towards what you want to become. And I always tell people like that when I ever critique, or I try not to critique, but when I ever give my opinion on something, I always try to tell them like, hey, this is only my opinion, but I feel like this and this can happen. And 9 times out of 10 they understand. 9 times out of 10 they're like, you know what, you're right, let me change it. So that's a goal of mine, is kind of like to be the motivational kind of guy behind the scenes with everybody, to keep everybody on track, to make sure everybody's motivated, and make sure that they're consistent and they're always working. That's what my main goal is for today. I try not to be an artist anymore, because it doesn't work out for me. I feel like the producing and all that, and I've connected with more people as a producer, as an engineer, than I have as an artist. I've only done a few collaborations, a few features with a few artists, so it's kind of, I don't have the work behind my artistry, or behind my artist page, or my artist career, I should say, but I have the work behind producing and engineering. I've worked with, I've mixed Juan Gotti and Aztec Nando. I've mixed Young Prophet. I've mixed for Pablo Pleasure, 2 songs for Sombra. I've a whole album for Quota. I've done I've mixed beats for Slab. I've mixed beats for who else? I mixed 2 songs for Goyo. I've done. I've got a good catalog with people, so I feel like sticking as a producer, sticking as an engineer is probably like my best calling to go for. I think that's the best thing I can do.
That's what's up, though, man. That's what's up. So people don't realize the work that goes in behind it.
Exactly. They always think it's just the artist that's in front of the microphone, and that's another thing that upsets me too. And I'm pretty sure you've had the same feeling too. It's like you put your all into a mix, and then this person comes on and like, yeah, man, my shit was hard as hell, right? And you're back like, the fuck,
Right? Yeah.
The fuck, yeah, no.
Who did it though?
Exactly. Who helped you, motherfucker? Yeah, exactly. No. So before we take off, a couple more questions. Who would be a local artist that you would like to collaborate with?
A local artist I would like to collaborate with.
It could be here in the Metro Detroit area or Michigan. Let's just say Michigan.
That's a trick question, man, because I've been trying to get all 3 of them fools on the track, man. I've been trying to get Goyo. I've been trying to get Aztec. I've been trying to get Domingo. I actually sent Domingo a track a few days ago. It took me a while to send it to him, but because I didn't mix it. It was like a bridge and a hook, but I sent him some shit. Domingo, if you're watching this, go check your email. But yeah, right now I'm really looking forward to those guys, man. I've been looking to build more relationships with the Southwest community because everything I do is North and East Side. Like I don't know if you're familiar. Well, I'm sure you know Jay Swan, East Side artist. Yeah, I'm known him through a mutual friend. A friend of ours went to school together. Same thing with 33rd Cash Addict. Know him through a mutual friend as well.
Nice.
Little E, I don't know if you're familiar with him. I know him since he was 9, 10 years old, man. So shout out to all three of them guys, man. And those guys are actually building the buzz. They actually got, some kind of recognition going on right now. Shout out. We all been kind of doing our thing, man, our own way. So
Nice,
good.
nice. Now, what about a mainstream artist? What's a mainstream artist you would, if your label was sub-signed by a distribution company and they're like, hey, you got this much money for features or whatever, who's the very first mainstream artist you're calling, bro?
I would have to flip a coin between Masego and Big Crit.
Oh,
Because Big Crit, I really need him on a track for a lot of reasons, and maybe both. Hopefully, I can do both. But Masego, he plays fucking every instrument. He got that neo soul jazz funk, and then Big Crit got that old school, that same neo soul style, but he's more lyrical too. He's a rapper. Masego's not a rapper, but I would love to get either one of them guys on the track. It's a lot of people I want to get on the track. I want to get Nisha Nikshay or Days Loaf on the track too. If it came to females, women artists, I would like to get one of them. But I would also like to see like a Tierra Whack. I want to get. Oh my gosh, I'm secretly in love with her, but don't.
I'm secretly in love. I'm secretly in love.
But yeah. Right now, I would probably lean more toward Masego, or Big Crit. I don't know. It's a heads or tails.
So I'm just gonna go ahead on a limb here and say that you'd probably pick one of those to open up for if you had the option. Yeah,
without a doubt.
They'd be the very first people you pick. Like if there was a list of people of artists that you liked, and they were on that list, they would probably be coin toss between those two, huh? To open for them.
Just on some geek, like I want to perform, I want to work with these guys. But from a business standpoint, it'd probably be like Jay-Z, honestly. that would be like if I had that opportunity.
Yeah.
If I had $200K, that would be my go-to.
Oh, and it'd be money well spent. Like it's not like you'd get in the studio and bullshit half the time.
Yeah.
That guy's
teach me a lot too at the same time.
Right. Exactly. So
that's actually a goal of mine right now, to save up $200K to get a Jay-Z feature.
That would be dope.
Business purposes.
That would be that. Honestly, yeah.
I want to learn from him. That's
a good business move.
Yeah.
I mean, anything attached to that man's name turns to gold.
You don't understand.
Yeah, I swear, everything that man touched, it turns to gold. So just there's one more. The internet. I see that you're a big user of the internet. So how has that helped you in your career? Has it been like a helping tool, or is it kind of like pushed you behind? How has the internet helped you as an artist, as an engineer, as a producer?
It's helped me a lot as far as the learning aspect, but as far as reaching people, it's like I'm late to the trends. So, I'm almost 30, so I probably shouldn't have said that. But yeah, I'm old, so I'm always late to the trends. I ain't that old, but I'm always late to the trends. So when I'm trying to use a marketing strategy or something, it's kind of already played out a little bit. So I'm a little behind on the social media stuff. But I'm still there. I'm there. It's just, but as far as the learning aspect, a lot of stuff I've learned myself. So and it's been because of the internet, whether articles, whether videos, anything like that, PDF files.
Yeah.
Like that,
So you did mention earlier that you had a son, right?
Yes, sir.
How old is he?
He's 9 months.
Oh, he's still a baby, bro.
Yeah,
I thought he was a little bit older. Oh, he's still a baby. So this is your first son?
Yeah.
Your very first kid?
Very first, yeah.
Oh, so you're learning as you go.
Bro. You don't know. You don't know.
It's boys are easier. I'll put it that way. They're a lot easier.
That's good to know.
They're a lot
Something
easier.
I'm like, thank God it's not a
You're,
female.
no, they're a lot easier. The girls, believe me, I have, and my two oldest are girls. I had
Word.
2 little girls, 2 little boys, and I had a little girl, and then my youngest, the baby, he's a boy. So I got 3 and 3. So I know I know how it is, man. It's they're a blessing. The boys are a blessing. The girls are almost a headache. They're almost a
Yeah.
heartache.
Well, before my son was born, for the last 3-4 years, I had been in a father role because my baby's mother, she had a son already.
Okay.
He was 9, 10 this year or 9. I'm sorry, and he's 9. But yeah, I've had to step up and play that role for him as well. So it's not nothing new, but it was different because he was already 4 when I met him.
Yeah, he was already
Yeah.
almost out of diapers, and he was
Yeah,
out of diapers. Yeah.
He was at the you're not my
So-
dad stage at that point.
Oh yeah. But then and then I'm sure now he's grown up and he's like, you know what? Thank you, I appreciate you. You know.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Or he's still a little on the
Nah,
side.
he don't give me like no kind of ill treatment or anything like that. We still cool.
Nice.
But,
No,
me
that's
and my baby mother's not together anymore.
oh, all right. No, that's a whole different story, bro.
Yeah.
But we don't have to get into that subject. So we did that. We already talked about who you admired. So what would you be doing if music wasn't a thing for you? What would you be doing, bro? Like, other than music, do you have any other passions?
Yep, I will be Todd the Builder. So I actually have a company, a construction.
He said
company.
Todd the Builder.
I have a construction company called Busybody Building Services that I operate on the side. Well, I'll actually say handyman service 'cause I don't do any heavy construction. I only take small jobs I can do on the side, so I don't have to dedicate 'cause I don't have a huge reliable crew yet.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's actually I'm like problem solving. I like solving things. So it's either like a motivational speaker or a builder 'cause I like talking to people and I like doing things and I like using
Creating.
my hands, figuring stuff out.
Creating
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, no. How did that start, bro? How did the whole handyman business thing start, man? Cuz that's like we were talking earlier, the skills trade thing it's important around here, man. Like they're
Yeah.
down the street right here on Elmhurst, they just made a training center for the skillsmen.
Okay, that's
So,
dope.
yeah, so
That's something I'm looking for. I'm trying to get a program started on how I can get in these schools and teach kids, simple carpentry, rough carpentry, maybe how to install drywall and simple things
Hey,
like
I'm sure.
that.
I'm sure.
repairs.
I'm sure there's schools out there that have that carpentry classes that wouldn't So that's something to look into. That's dope though. That's dope. So
Yeah.
what would be the biggest job you've taken as
So it was we did I can't say we because I did most of but it was a basement in Chesterfield, Michigan. Had to frame it, drywall it.
the whole 9 yards, everything?
Yeah, I didn't do. Well, I did have to do tile installation, shower installation, toilet installation as well. Created a bathroom and a bedroom. Yeah, it's a home in Chesterfield. It was a pretty big home.
Nice.
If I'm not mistaken, it was just the basement area, but I think it was like somewhere around 1,400 square feet, like just the basement. Yeah, it was
Nice.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. That's so I think that's pretty much I got everything covered. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think I got everything covered.
That's
Do
dope.
you want to go ahead and let everybody know where we can find you on your social media sites? I know you got a list of them.
Yeah, honestly, if you go to link tr.ee/T.Todd, you can find a list of all my social medias, anywhere you can find merch, music, and all those sort of things. But you can find me on Twitter at T.Todd the Great with a DA in the middle, T.Todd _DA_ great. Instagram is T.Todd the Great with THA, T.Todd _the_ great. And you can find me on, I have my Twitch account is T.Todd313. SoundCloud is just T.Todd. Spotify, T.Todd. You can Google me at T.Todd313 and you can find all my music and stuff. There's a couple other artists named T.Todd, so I'm competing for that SEO spot right now. And then we got like politicians that's like Thomas Todd and stuff like that. So you have to Google T.Todd313 or T.Todd the Great with an A, THA, and you can find everything you need.
Nice. Well, if is there anything else you want to let everybody know before we take off tonight, bro? Any
I just want to say thank you for letting me come on and express myself and talk about everything that's been going on. I want everybody to be looking out for Slide coming out August 14th, which is another few days from now. Be looking out for The Harvest coming out in November. Shout out to the squad, 10 Frame Turkey Gang, my boy Kyler Renz, Tony Black 2 times, King Soldier. Be looking out for Goofies getting ready to release by King Soldier. That's another hit. And we also got Run coming out August 26th from T.Todd, yours truly. And also my Beat Stars. I'm sorry, check out my Beat Stars award. T.Todd Productions and Beat Stars. And I'll be on Airbit within the next week as well.
Nice. Yeah, I need to make an Airbit.
Yeah, I've been lollygagging.
I thought B Stars was like I got a couple of German artists that bought Detroit beats, mind you. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, I wrote them and I was like, hey, when you're done with the production, send it to me. I want to hear it. So I haven't heard anything. It's been about a year, so I haven't heard anything from them yet. So I got to reach back out to them because that's gonna, yeah. They were like,
Curious.
yeah. I'm very curious to hear how that.
But
how
I mean,
that
what
goes.
if they? Oh, it's not transferable, I assume, so you can't buy it for somebody else. Because the B-Star lease is non-transferable.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I'm curious.
Well, yeah, me too. Well, we'll see what goes down.
So wait, before we go, I have one question.
What's up?
When you title a beat and somebody purchases that beat, or you give somebody a beat, do they usually make the song titled the same thing as the beat?
To be honest, no, because I've sold a couple beats to Profit, and I've sold a couple beats to Quota that have had names, and they completely
Change
changed
the
them.
name.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's
Not just me.
no, because it's funny because when I find beats, like if I go on BeatStars and I find a beat that I like, I will usually write a song
with the name.
Yeah, the name, like I said earlier, Call Me. That was Yamame. That was like the beat was called Call Me. So I was like, I'm gonna sing the song in Spanish, Yamame, and it sounded so much better. So I don't know. It all depends on.
I got an artist that does that.
Yeah,
like he would,
it all.
the beat is called.
I guess it just depends on how I'm feeling or if the beat, the name of the beat kind of complements the beat itself. Because you can name something, something bullshit and it won't ring with the beat. But if you name something like Call Me or Yamame with the song and that's kind of Latin to it, it's gonna mix.
Makes
It's gonna
sense,
mash.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but other than that, man, I think I appreciate you having taking time out of your day to come through and talk music with me. I really appreciate it, man. Like I told the other guests that I've had on before, and for the one future guest that I have coming on in 2 weeks, eventually I'll just announce it now. I'm gonna bring these guys back for a cypher. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and produce a beat for these guys, and I'm gonna put these guys on the spot live and have these guys perform their 16 bars in front of everybody on Facebook. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna upload it onto Spotify. I'll make sure that I get the rights for all the beats and everybody's music. I'll make sure everybody gets their BMI splits and all that, because I kind of want to release it as a single. I would love to get you guys to come back and record it in the studio, have me mix and master it, so that way we can. It'll be kind of like a Tempo Talks collaboration with you guys. We'll talk financial stuff later. That's something we could talk. We don't have to talk about that.
That ain't even important right now. But
yeah.
I mean, anybody that's on the cipher, you better bring in heat, because I'm bringing all flames.
That's why I had you. Obviously, you've seen the people that I've gotten: the Gutter Boys, Pablo Pleasure. I brought on Dose. I got you. JB So Wavy's coming on in 2 weeks. So to have all you guys on a song together would be dope. I just gotta run it by. JB's the last person I gotta run it by, and then it's a green light.
Gotcha.
So
just let me know, and I'll be ready.
Absolutely. So that's all I got for you, bro. So this was Tempo Talks with T.Todd tonight. I'm Tempo. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you very much. See you next week for the Detroit Corridos Fest. That's actually going to be taking place Saturday the 14th, I believe. And we're going to go ahead and I'll be live as well, streaming the whole event. We're going to have grupos, so we're going to have, bandas playing Mexican music. We're going to have rappers out there. We're going to have people, the homegirl SROs coming from Chicago. We got Topo G coming from Chicago. We got Tony Capo in the building.
Nice.
We're going to have Pablo Pleasure, the Gutter Boys, Rocky Road, Sombra. We got a comedy skit as well that's going to be live. So it's going to be her kind of like her debut comedy skit thing. So I'll be streaming that all live as well. So you guys
Yes.
make sure to tune in live next week. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you.
San Fran Turkey Gang.